In late February 1998, looking to overcome the major disappointment of going out of the FA Cup on penalties to West Ham the previous Wednesday night. Their form in general had been poor of late. They'd failed to win any of their last 5 matches. Leicester City have been enjoying another good season in the Premier League under Martin O'Neill's management and were in 7th place in the league going into the fixture. Swedish striker Martin Dahlin made only his 7th start for Blackburn. He'd managed just 2 goals for the club. Rovers manager Roy Hodgson made 2 other changes from the 11 that started against West Ham. In came Jason Wilcox and Gary Flitcroft in place of Billy McKinlay and Stuart Ripley. Emil Heskey had been the hero for Leicester in their previous league fixture. He'd scored both goals in an impressive win over Chelsea. Despite that success, Martin O'Neill made 3 changes. In came Casey Keller, Steve Walsh and Graham Fenton in place of Peggy Arfexad, Pontus Kleimark and Tony Cottee. Your match commentator is John Champion.
Europe is very much on the minds of both these clubs. The extent of Blackburn's ambitions following Manchester United's victory at Chelsea this morning may well be 2nd place in the league and therefore a place in the Champions League next season. For Leicester, a 2nd consecutive appearance in the UEFA Cup would be a very pleasant climax to a season that has promised a great deal and delivered most of which it's promised. Foot was a little high there from Muzzy Is It. Free kick taken short to Wilcox, who lost it to Zagorakis. And the Greek international captain has plenty of space into which to run. Cross is aimed for Fenton and flicked off the head of Jeff Kenner and behind for the game's first corner. After only 45 seconds of play, Fenton returning to his former club. In fact, he scored in this fixture last season, but that goal was scored in the colours of Blackburn. Alan Fett is the stand-in goalkeeper, trying to organise those around him. And Zagorakis with the kick. Sherwood's header. Guppy. Sherwood covering, but didn't see the impending arrival of Heskey. It's an early warning of his threat. Now Flitcroft. Lennon for Leicester. To Zagorakis. Niftily away from Sherwood, and he's outpaced Flitcroft, and the ball is through for Heskey. The defending was by Onshaw, who then fell over, and it's a real mess. But not a mess that has led to anything tangible so far. Guppy. Fenton. Well, it was one of the most untidy passages of play inside the penalty area that you're likely to see. Hendry. Kenner. Darlene, nice layoff to Duff, who's having to play on the right-hand side. It's a useful cross, that's Sutton, and this is Darlene, who waited and waited and scores. Casey Keller far from pleased with the time and space afforded to the Swedish international, who seemed to wait an eternity as the ball was put back to him by the head of Sutton before scoring his first goal in 5.5 months. Plenty of space for Savage. Heskey. Onshaw with reasonable distance on the header, but it's come out to Elliott. Onshaw once more. Hendry. Walsh with the header. Sherwood's pass finding Duff. Easily past Ullathorne. It's still Damien Duff. And the back heel! And the goal from Chris Sutton. The impudence of it. And again, as with the first goal, it was young Damien Duff who gets the assist. And that's the mark of a striker of supreme confidence. Guppy. Tandem with Duff, and then Lennon with Kenner. Sherwood followed through on Zagarakis, so I think made something of a meal of it. But Tim Sherwood won't be too surprised to be called across by referee Barry, who is signalling the height of the challenge. A booking for Tim Sherwood, the result. And a bruise for Zagarakis. Walsh. Zagarakis trying a shot and striking it well. Well, it was the foul on him that earned the free kick, and his little feint bought him space ahead of Darlene, and then he really whacked it. Croft. Sutton. Flitcroft. Sherwood waiting for support. It comes from Flitcroft, who'll fancy it from this distance, and the deflection caused a moment of alarm for Casey Keller in the Leicester goal. Case of quickly backpedalling into Flitcroft's drive and cannoned off Zagarakis. Wilcox. Header from Hendry. Down and across, but giving plenty of time for Casey Keller to scamper across. Darlene had his shirt tugged at by Lennon. I think he was on the blind side of the referee. Seemed a clear free kick. Guppy. Heskey's in the middle, so's Fenton. And so at the back post is it? And it came last off Kenner for a corner. Leicester have sent the big men forward for this. Elliott and Walsh. Fettis having to defend. This is Zagarakis. Kenner. Sherwood. the escape route. Colin Hendry. Wilcox. Wide to Croft. Flitcroft is down the line. And Sutton is completely unmarked. Now can he turn? He can! He may have a point to prove, but already in this first half he's well on the way to earning 3 more points for Blackburn. More shouts of Sutton for England from the terraces and the stands. And the object of their affection was set up by Gary Flitcroft, but Leicester's marking was awful. And you cannot give Chris Sutton space and opportunity like that. There's the half-time whistle. And Blackburn's margin of comfort is clear-cut and well-deserved. And at half-time, Blackburn lead Leicester by 3-0. Lennon. Hooked forward, seeking out Is It. Croft had quite a start on that particular battle. This is Sherwood, who has Duff to his right and Darlene to his left. Still Sherwood, and the cross is deep and nearly found Wilcox. Instead it's Sutton, slicing it up and completing his hat-trick. Well, if that isn't a clear message to one particular international manager, then I'm not quite sure what is. It's his second hat-trick of the season, and the third goal, the best of the lot. Martin O'Neill has reverted to 4-4-2 for this second half, and within 2 minutes of the restart has seen his team concede a fourth. This is Flitcroft. Looking for Duff. Seems to have the legs on Ullathorne and has won the corner. Difficult for Ullathorne with all his recent injuries and lack of first-team football to come into a situation like this. Duff's corner kick. Elliott's header was untypically uncertain. He too, like Pryor, who's already gone off, has been suffering from a virus all week. And the whole team seemed to be rather off colour.
Come on, Case! Come on!
Wilcox with this kick. Sherwood! Still not away. And the shot this time from Hendry. It's 5. And the nap hand completed by perhaps Blackburn Rovers' most popular player, Zagarakis, with the header off the line. And Hendry, with time to set himself, scores his first goal in a year and a quarter. And after missing a crucial penalty in the cup shootout in midweek, delight for Colin Hendry today. Here's Guppy, popping up on the right-hand side. Fenton, rather tame. Graham Fenton, the former Blackburn player, is leaving the field for Leicester. 20-year-old Stuart Wilson is on in his stead. Wilson, who scored here last season. Martin O'Neill celebrates his 46th birthday tomorrow, but at this rate it's hardly going to be a joyous celebration. Zagorakis. At least it's a determined run. In fact, it's a very determined run, but he couldn't quite lay it off to Stuart Wilson. Kenner. Heskey. Is it? Lennon. Right out on the far side is Guppy. Three runners arriving in the middle, all thwarted by the presence of the rock-like Hendry. Guppy once more. Steve Walsh. And they've left Wilson, and Wilson's got the lucky bounce in the one-on-one with Pettis, and for the second season running, young Stuart Wilson scores at Ewood Park. Two senior goals, both scored on this ground. Pettis failing to make an effective clearance, and Wilson's task was straightforward. Ullathorne. Heskey. Sutton. Oh, he's tried another one. No question in his mind as to what he was or was not going to do. 25 yards out, and it's a case of anything's worth a try today for Chris Sutton, because this is very much his day. Ullathorne turning away from Bohinen. Wilson is with him, left it for Heskey. Zagorakis. Elliott. Decent pass to Guppy. He's got four waiting for the cross. Is it? 5-2. Elliott's pass wide to Guppy. Accurate cross from Muzzy, is it? That left Pettis floundering. Sherwood. And Duff adjudged offside. It was tight. Forward by Walsh. Walsh. Pesky. Now Guppy. Leicester playing with much more confidence now. Most of the sting and venom has gone out of Blackburn's game. This is Ullathorne. Is it? Ullathorne! Well, there are 10 minutes to go, and from 5-0 up, Blackburn have been pulled back to 5-3. Robert Ullathorne, in only his third appearance for the club, playing a central role in a move that he then finished. Elliott is virtually playing up front now. Handball by Sherwood. Lennon with the free kick. Towards Walsh. Couldn't get on the end of it. Flitcroft with a miscue. Difficult for the goalkeeper. And here's Zagarakis. Mayhem inside the penalty area. Couldn't get past Wilcox, and that's bought Blackburn a bit of time to regroup. Five minutes remaining. Lennon. Asking a lot of Pesky. Too much. He's always animated, but when Martin O'Neill's side from 5 down get it back to 5-3, he's every excuse to be animated. Zagarakis. Again, Elliott is the intended receiver. Handball by Lennon. Wilcox. Sutton. Gary Croft. Wilcox. Back to Sutton. Duff was waiting like a sprinter on his marks. Now he's released. And Damien Duff, has he taken it too far? Well, it was Sherwood that put it wide in the end, when it really should have become 6-3. Keller formed quite a barrier. Duff took it wide and Sherwood put it wide. And that would have been a good way to celebrate his 19th birthday on Monday. Robert Ullathorne is the player down for Leicester. Sherwood's shot was deflected wide. Wilcox from the corner. Sutton couldn't meet it. And now we're in the 3rd minute of time added on for stoppages, and it's Guppy in possession. Elliott, neither forward nor back, they could do him with him right up front. Croft, and the final whistle brings a halt to a game that very much followed the pattern of last month's FA Cup tie between Manchester United and Chelsea. Blackburn 5 goals up in barely an hour, a hat-trick for Chris Sutton, but Blackburn back on form, and Leicester beaten in the Premiership by more than 1 goal for the first time this season.
Blackburn Rovers would go on to finish the season in 6th place, aided by a tremendous home record that saw them win 11 times at Ewood Park, and the strike partnership of Chris Sutton and Kevin Gallagher, which contributed 34 league goals between them. Leicester, who've been amongst the early season pace-setters and never out of the top half,